Since 2009, Southeastern Automotive Group has been buying for and selling to most of the franchise dealerships in the area. What if you were able to bypass the big dealerships with the big markups? Buy direct from the supplier. Save thousands of dollars on your next vehicle purchase. Have a trade-in? No problem. With used vehicles in such high demand, Southeastern Automotive Group has dealers ready to buy your trade. If Southeastern Automotive Group doesn't have the perfect vehicle for you, using their vehicle locator program, they will have it shipped in without any hassle or haggling you hate. With over hundreds of thousands of cars available at auctions across the nation, your next vehicle purchase is just a click away. ESP Specialist in Fabrication is located at 169 Little Phoebe Church Road in Folkestone, Georgia. President Mark Pickering and his employees utilize the latest technology with a skilled workforce to supply customers with the best custom fabrication possible. Serving clients at home and abroad makes ESP a premier employer in Charlton County. For all your specialty and fabrication needs, contact ESP at 912-496-2583 today. They're also on Facebook at ESP Specialist Fabrication. ESP is a proud sponsor of Charlton Sportsnet.
Okefenokee Rural Electric Membership Corporation has been providing quality electric service at a competitive price to residential, commercial, and industrial customers in southeast Georgia and northeast Florida since 1939. For tips and advice on how to save electricity and stretch your energy dollars, call 1-800-262-5131 and speak to your marketing representative. We are a cooperative owned by those we serve.
Hey Indian fans, did you know you're eligible to join the United First Federal Credit Union? We are your hometown financial institution offering services such as online banking, mobile deposit, free checking, and much more. And if you're in the market to purchase a vehicle, our auto loan rates start as low as 2.99 for those who qualify. We are conveniently located at 3773 2nd Street South in Folkestone. Federally insured by NCUA and Equal Housing Lender.
Good evening and welcome back to the Coach Mack Show Playoff Edition, Round 2, Coach. We had Taylor County Friday night. Defense played outstanding. Shut them out all night long. Great crowd on hand. Taylor traveled well considering the distance. They had a good crowd on their side as well.
Yeah, the final score, I believe, was 37-0, 38-0, and I can't remember how many we scored. But yeah, the defense really did a nice job. A lot of times on third down, forcing the punt, and that worked out really well for us. So really, really proud of the job that our defense did. And I think that they had a good week of preparing going into the Taylor County game. And, they started things off with a score with the safety. So they got a score themselves and a shutout.
Yeah, the defense, they opened up the scoring. As a matter of fact, with the safety, we have that coming up on our highlights in just a second. It started off a little slow in the first quarter, some craziness in the first 5 minutes with the punt that was partially blocked, and somehow they ended up with possession. What was the deal on that?
Well, when you punt a ball, if it does not cross the line of scrimmage, you cannot regain possession of it. It's automatically the defense's ball, the other team's ball, and that's what happened. The line of scrimmage was the 30. The ball only made it to the 20. So irregardless of who recovered it or anything like that, it should have been our ball, first and goal, where it was recovered at, and it didn't matter who recovered it. The fact that it didn't go to the line of scrimmage, it was our ball irregardless, and we had that happen several years ago. So we kind of were up on that. We knew what was going on with that, but that wasn't called right. So they got the ball, but then they ran a long play, and Trayvon Green punched the ball out. Did a great job, punched the ball out. Michael Elliott recovered it. And so I think it was a play later, we got the ball right back. So it worked out fine, but still it should have been our ball right there on the goal line, and that would have been a good place to start a drive off.
That would have been a nice place to start, especially opening night with opening drive with a playoff game right there at the 1 yard line. It would have been. It would have been real close. Michael, you mentioned Michael Elliott. I wanted to talk about him. I know you sent his stats out last night. He had 144
yards rushing, a fumble recovery, and 5 tackles on defense. So
he was everywhere.
Michael's playing his best football right now at these last several games. He's been doing a really, really good job, and really, team leader and has really ran the ball really hard, and so just really pleased with the job he's doing.
I know he's doing a great job on both sides of the ball. Those big runs, it's all coming up in the highlights that we have loaded up. You want to go ahead and hit those real quick?
Sure, look at him.
We'll go ahead. This is the first one, Coach. This is we're on our brand new software tonight, so it's looking crystal clear on our end. I'm proud of it. But here's your first one. This is the safety, right after the whole fumble situation.
Well, that's what we preach to the defense. You get them backed up like that, you're looking to score. You're looking to get a safety, really try to penetrate, and I think that's a great play by Michael Elliott, best I can see, and of course we just defense really rattled to the ball, and that's what we want from them.
There's a great play there on defense. This next one is, I believe, this is Elliott again, Michael Elliott again, the first TD, the long one.
Of course, it all starts with the offensive line. They right here did a great job. No penetration by the defense, and Michael really hit the hole hard and went through there, and just really the way you want it to go. And again, it all started with the offensive line. We talk about Michael's great night of run the football, but again, without the job of the offensive line, it wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah, that Paul looks like he's hitting the hole just off of 63.
Yeah, probably. No, it's off the right side, number 55, Khalil Burrows, right guard. I think they threw the key block on that.
All right, this next one is Raquan. I think he had 2 on the night, didn't he? 2 or 3?
Yep, I believe both of them had 2. Did Michael have 2? And I think Raekwon had 2 also.
Here's the one by Raquan.
This is really similar to the play we just ran. Of course, Raekwon has the option to pull it or give it, and he pulled it right here, made the right decision. Got 2 things going on. Got the sniffer coming across, pulling kick in the end, and then also we got what we call joker motion, where he's just going to fake the jet sweep and really kind of opens things up really nice, and Raekwon hits it. And that's the thing that in the beginning of the year to now, we're really improved is the way we're hitting our holes, and instead of trying to, stop in the gap, look around, that sort of thing, they're really doing a great job hitting it up in there.
Now, this is like our 4th. I have to go back and look. I know you've sent them to me. I believe it's our 4th game where we've had almost 300 or 300 more yards rushing this year in a ball game combined total.
Yeah,
I believe so. This next one here's another Anderson touchdown. This one's short yardage. I believe this was after a big run by Michael got us down in there.
Yes, it was. It was.
Can you see that? I'm sorry, Coach.
Yeah, we're running speed option, and he just puts his foot in the ground and turns it up, which that's what we want him to do. Try to press the end man on the line of scrimmage. If it looks good, you can pitch it off that guy, or if it starts spreading out, put your foot in the ground and take it up in. And of course, Raekwon did a great job in executing that right there.
Seems like after that first quarter, the offense really got things going, especially downhill for the offensive line and the run game.
Yeah, it did. It did. It's a team that we've never seen before. We had a lot of film on them. We studied it, but yet we still needed to, as the game goes on, figure things out, what we're seeing, and make adjustments. And we made them, and of course, got the offense going good.
I know we talked about last week when you looked at Taylor's schedule, they were hard to figure out. And between the Dooley thing and the Turner thing, you wasn't sure who was going to show up.
They really had a young football team, and a lot of their kids coming back. So I think they're going to be a team that's going to be in the middle of probably really in the middle of this thing next year with all the kids they have coming back.
Yeah, they've got a crew coming back. They'll be a good ball club. This one's Elliott's 2nd touchdown of the night. This is a long one.
Similar kind of play he just ran. Again, Michael just hits it hard. They're really walking their coverage up, trying to stop the run. And when that happens, if you can get through there, you do have a lot of green grass to go.
He turned it up real good. How was the young man? Did you hear anything about the young man who pulled up that was chasing Michael?
He was just cramping. Okay? That's their quarterback, sophomore, good football player. He was just cramping.
He was just cramping up.
It was a warm night. It was a very, very warm game.
Yeah. I was hoping that's all it was. We don't like to see any of them get injured because you know how hard they work. And I was hoping it wasn't like a pulled hamstring or something the way he pulled up. And here's the last one. This is Tony Cobb. He's contributing again this week.
I think Tony actually had more carries than Michael did, and Tony's a really great change of pace back, very, very quick, explosive guy. Not nearly as big as Michael yet. Hopefully, another year in the weight room, he's going to get a lot bigger. But a very, very tough run, getting some really good runs and good production out of Tony Cobb, and he's a sophomore.
That was the final score of the night for the Tribe. The defense with the big shutout. Kept that goose egg up there.
That's right.
All right, Coach. We're going to take a break unless you've got something else you want to talk about.
Nope, sounds good.
Because I know there's a rumor going around we're having Swamp War 2 Friday night, so
that's
I
right.
know you want to get into that.
Yeah.
We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
Folkestone Auto Supply, located at 4439 2nd Street North in Folkestone, Georgia, is owned and operated by the Dasher family. They have everything you need bumper to bumper for domestic and foreign car parts. Big truck operators, they have you covered as well with belts, seals, hoses, welding supplies, and so much more. They even have lawnmower parts, blades, and accessories. Stop by today and see the whole crew. Miss Joe, Pam, Little Sammy, Stephen, Dylan, and Big Sammy himself. It's Folkestone Auto Supply.
Folkestone Pharmacy and Electronics, located at 3885 Main Street in the heart of downtown Folkestone. They're Folkestone's original hometown pharmacy with 49 years serving the community. They have everything you need, including household items, prescription medications, high-tech electronics, and much more. Their experienced and friendly staff in the pharmacy and electronics department are ready to serve you. Folkestone Pharmacy and Electronics is a proud sponsor of Charlton Sports. Go Indians!
Welcome back to the Coach Mack Show. Swamp War Friday night, Coach, 7:30 in Homerville. Still 7:30, right? Nothing's changed on that? Nothing's changed on that. I know it seemed like we just talked about Swamp War, 2-3 weeks ago. Here we go again. Marshall, Tresman Marshall, Moorhead. We know where we're headed.
Well, last time we played, I don't know how much of a war it was. It was pretty much a beatdown. And, Clinch County's got a great football team, very well coached. Some great players, very, very athletic. Of course, Tresman Marshall, going to University of Georgia, great player. We just had our all-region selection meeting a week ago and got a chance to sit there and listen about all their players. That offensive line of theirs is just outstanding. The Moorhead, number 1, he's a sophomore. I think he's already got some Division I offers already. He's going to be an SEC kind of football player. And number 99, their defensive lineman, he's a sophomore. He's huge. He's got great feet. He's also going to be a Division I football player. They've got a lot of great, outstanding kids, football players. Tight end who's 6'6", and another kid who's 6'7". Their kicker is the Robbins, I think Zach Robbins, number 21. He's simply the best kicker in the region, no question. So they've got a great football team, a team that really is coming off a state championship win with really only one kid missing off that football team. So, and he's now playing at the University of Cincinnati. So it's a great football team. It's a loaded up football team. I'm sure they're going to be excited to get to rough us up one more time. But the last time we played, we lost so many one-on-one matchups. You look at the film, when the coaching staff, when we look at the film, we look at one play probably more than a dozen times.
Really?
And we'll watch each kid, each player every single time. So for me to watch a film, we'll download the film after the game, and I'll watch it most all day Saturday, all day Sunday, and watch every play over and over and over. And you could see the problem was, we were getting beat on one-on-one matchups, and which of course leaves a huge void on defense or a huge void for them to run the football to the end zone. We had 37 missed tackles, which is incredible. That's the largest number I think we've ever had. We track things like that, and we had a lot of minus scores, minus grades on our players. So we played really poor. For us to have a chance to compete with these guys on defense, first of all, we can't have 37 missed tackles,
No way.
but we've got to have a much, much better linebacker play. When you play this kind of offense, the defensive line has to really just take up so much of the blocking. They got to take those guys on, and your linebackers have got to read their keys, get to the point of attack, and take great angles. And last time, we simply didn't do a very good job at all with that. We weren't taking great angles. We were firing in the wrong points of attack and so forth. It was really after the game was over, look at the film, you can see why that they had so many yards rushing, and I think almost 400, I think it was, and why we really never stopped them. I mean, never really made them punt and that sort of thing. Offensively, they dominated the line of scrimmage. Their defensive line really just won the line of scrimmage. Their linebackers did a great job coming up. We were able to do some things in the passing game. Of course, we're not a real good throwing football team right now. That's not what we do well. Although if you watch this practice, you'd see half our practice spent on throwing the football, although we don't do it real well. But we were able to get some things going there. We had a long touchdown pass. Offensively, when you break the game down for us, we had a long touchdown pass, and then we had we did have a solid half-field drive that got us down the goal line and punched it in. Really, other than that, we really didn't do a whole bunch on offense. Special teams weren't able to get our return game going. They did a really good job with that, and of course, we struggled like we have all year. We struggled in kickoff coverage. Had to do a lot of different things. Last Friday night, you saw us do some different things, trying to find the answer, trying to find the right personnel to get on the field for special teams, and that's still a process for us, and we're still working on that every game. But hopefully the kids could see the film, and we showed it to them, and there's nothing like being able to look at film with you actually in it. 3 weeks ago? Yeah. So you could see, and we don't change a lot. I mean, in high school football, even levels on up, you don't see a lot of change. You do what you do best, and that's what you stick with. And Clinch County is going to do the same thing. We're going to do the same thing. We just got to do it so much better. There's not a lot of things we can change. We don't have the ability to go to completely different styles of offenses or defenses. We got to use the personnel we have to the best of their ability and put them in the best places for them to be able to compete. We think we've done that, and but now it's time to turn it over to them, and we've got to win some one-on-one battles. We've got linebackers have got to take great angles, great keys. Hopefully our linebackers will watch more film than they did a week ago or a couple games ago. We have the ability to look at how much film they watched, and to be honest with you, it's not enough. We have to watch more film. We have to do a better job of coaches have to do a better job of emphasizing their keys and for them to get to that point of attack. Even if you get to the point of attack, it don't mean you're going to be successful necessarily, but you're definitely not going to be successful if you're going the wrong way or if you're keying the wrong guy. So hopefully we'll get that straight. Hopefully our offensive line can pick their game up and we can get some things going, and it'll be a better game. My gut feeling tells me we're going to compete better, and that's really what we're looking for.
Is that sort of an advantage for us that we've seen them once this year already, so we know what to expect and know a little bit more?
Well,
maybe expect a little bit more from Moorhead than we did going in.
Well, I think that if we had competed with them a little bit better, you'd feel like, okay, then we can change, we can make some adjustments and probably have a shot in this game. But the thing is, we competed so poorly the last time we played them that we have got to do things better. I mean, it's just no way around it. We can't hope for luck or wish for luck and think, well, hey, it's, maybe this time's our turn. None of that's going to work. We have got to win some one-on-one battles. We have got to be more successful on the offensive line, linebackers, secondary and run support was not good. We did our, although we had some opportunities in the passing game, I don't think we threw the ball real accurate, and we did have some drops. And if we can clean up everything, clean all that stuff up, and come out and like I said, I hate to keep repeating it, but that's the way we look at it. Win some one-on-one matchups, our defensive line versus their offensive line, and vice versa. If we can win some of those, then we can have a more competitive football game.
Just execute and do what we do day in and out. Just do it better.
That's right. And when you play a team, I'm sure that people can say what they want, think what they want, and wish what they want. But the obvious truth of it is Clinch County is a great football team. Yeah. And this is, we were hoping to be in the second round, and we're here, and we're going to. What we're doing in practice is we're giving ourselves a chance to compete. Whether we do or not, it's yet to be seen.
So hopefully we'll go over there. We'll have a big crowd follow us over there. So just right across the swamp, and anybody that's ever even heard of Charlton and Clinch will probably make the trip before they even watch the highlights.
Well, it'd be great. I know that our kids have worked hard this year. Yeah. Our band's worked really hard. Cheerleaders, they work really hard, and they deserve your support. Yeah. So hopefully we'll have some folks come over and cheer our kids on, and like I told our players, I said, listen, let's just go compete a whole lot better than we did last time, and see what happens. And then that's kind of where we have to hang our hat on is that whole idea of great effort, compete at a high level, and see what the outcome is.
It's just not as simple as like you'll see things on I call them bleacher coaches. It's not just a matter of throwing 9, 10 kids in a box and pounding.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
like you said, assignments, execution.
Everybody offensively is so diverse. I mean, they do so many different things. And if you've watched, I know everybody knows football, but I mean, if you looked at what was going on and how things go with them, they're a team. They scored touchdowns going straight up the middle, isolation plays. They run a little buck sweep. That's a great play for them. They run just a complete power sweep, quarterback sweep. So, people say, why don't you put everybody in the box? Well, yeah, let's do that. And I guarantee it, they're going to run the sweep and they're going to walk on in. But you've got to play as balanced as you can. And you've got to try to take away something. Yes, I do agree with that. And we do try to take away something and then play to what's left. But still, even with that, they got the ability to throw the ball on play action. So if you got too many people coming up, they do a great job with that. They can get the sniffer back in the flats. They can get the sniffer on a wheel and all that kind of stuff. So there's so many things they can do. It's the same thing with us. Every play we run, there's really two plays, at least 2 plays, sometimes 3 plays in one play. Mm-hmm. So we may call a play, the ball may go here, it may go there, or we may throw it out here. Right. Just in one place. So again, people say, well, let's just put a guy on Raekwon. Well, then number 4, Michael Elliott, goes for 144 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Exactly.
So again, you got to play a little bit more multiple than some people think they are. And the coaches in the bleachers, they're undefeated. And
they'll always be undefeated.
And they'll always be undefeated. You can't go against that. And on Saturday afternoon when I'm watching football, sometimes I ask myself, what's he doing? But again, I just know that our kids are going to do the best they can. They're going to compete hard, and then when it's over, it's over.
All right, Coach. Well, we'll see you Friday night. Anything else going on this week?
No, not that I know of. I know that it's almost like a normal week of practice, being that it's You don't have to do a whole bunch when it comes to arranging for travel, because, like I said, it's really one of our closest region opponents. So we could be driving all the way up to Tryon or Commerce or somewhere like that, but really not a lot of excuses not to go to this game, because again, it's just on the other side of the swamp from here.
Just on the other side of the swamp, hour and a half. You'll be back, go to the game, watch the game, be back home by 11:30.
Exactly.
Not like a 6 a.m. arrival time going to Commerce.
That's right.
Coach, I appreciate it as usual.
Thank you.
We'll see you Friday night, 7:30 over in Homerville, Georgia. For those of you who don't know, we'll have directions posted on our Facebook page Friday morning on how to get over there for the newer fans.
That'd be great.
All right, thank you for watching Coach Mack Show. We'll see y'all Friday night. Swamp War 2 coming up.